All right, out here at the Yakima trailhead, we are going to get a mapping mission in with the DJI Matrice 30T. Gonna go up here and yeah, we're gonna get these hills right back there. See if I can bring that into focus for you a little bit better. There we go. So we're gonna be going and trying to do just a mapping mission back there on those hills. See how this works out. All right, just waiting for everything to initialize right now. Got all the sensors coming on. Okay, everything looks good here on the controller. See if I can get screen recording going. Record screen. Start. All right, screen recording is going. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna click on flight route, which is gonna allow us to come into the mapping section. We will click create a route, then we'll choose mapping. We're gonna first try the Matrice M30 settings for the camera, see how that works out. And we will do wide plus IR, flight route altitude. Let's do 200 feet. All right, and here we go. Gonna hit start.
Moving to start point.
Actually, we're gonna abort this.
Task paused.
We're gonna bring this back. I didn't realize how big of the map I had drawn. Way too big. Okay, we're gonna try then edit this. I could have probably fixed this and edited it in flight, but yeah, given the fact that I didn't want to have this thing just out there hanging out while I'm remapping this, bring it in. So I clearly have way too big of a mapping area. So we're gonna make this significantly smaller and bring this a bit closer to us. All right, that looks better. Let's try this again. We took it from a 171-minute mission, which clearly wouldn't have been possible without a ridiculous amount of batteries, to approximately an 11-minute mission, which will take 332 photos. Let's find out.
Moving to start point.
All right, should be good this time.
Point updated. Check that.
Okay, here we go. See what happens.
Arrived at start point. Starting task.
Kind of anxious to see how this is going to turn out. Hope it turns out well. We'll see. Just let this thing do its business. We're at 10% completed of the mission right now. I think that the DJI Pilot 2 app is pretty slick so far. Much better than the DJI Go, DJI Fly, any of the previous ones that I've used. Even the Sendence controller with the Crystal Sky Ultra that I had for my Inspire 2, that was a bit clunky. And I feel like the app constantly had issues. It was constantly crashing and whatnot. So far, I haven't had a single issue with the RC Plus. I really like this controller. See if I can get this closed. There we go. It was well thought out. I actually wasn't aware of this, and I almost bought a screen protector for it, a glass screen protector, because I'm sure you can find it. It actually came with one pre-installed. In addition to that, I love the fact that it has an IP rating and that you can actually take the drone out in inclement weather. Cold, hot, wet, doesn't matter. You can get it out there and it'll do its business. All right, we're at 27% completed with the mission. We have one of the batteries is at 80%. The other battery is at 79%. It's estimating that there is 8 minutes and 42 seconds left in the mission. And we have approximately 29 minutes and 22 seconds of flight time left. You can hear the pictures being taken. I don't know if it's just a gimmick or what. I mean, because obviously the pictures aren't being saved to the RC Plus. I think it's more of a audible representation that things are actually occurring rather than anything actually useful. I can imagine that if you had a mission that you were going to take 1,000 pictures, if you could do that on a single charge, I don't think you could. But you can hot swap the batteries. Anyways, if you were going to take just a ridiculous amount of images, I think that this would get old after a while. I'm going to have to look into seeing if I can disable that artificial shutter sound. Yeah. All right, so we're at 46% of the mission right now. Probably going to speed this up, fast forward it. See you guys on the tail end of this. Once we've got this landed, we'll talk a little bit about it, and then we will look at it on the computer once I've got all the map downloaded, the footage downloaded, and all the images. Maybe we'll put it together, talk about it a little bit. All right, where are we at? We are at 89% of the mission. We have 1 minute and 13 seconds left. It's taken 300 out of 332 images. So any minute now, we should have the bird start to make its way back. As a matter of fact, it's on its last leg of the mission right now. Drone is quite a bit way out there over that hill right now, and saying it's got about 30 seconds left of the mission right now. So in just a moment, the drone will begin to make its way back, and then we'll get the new mission started. Yep, and I believe it is done. 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay. The drone has stopped moving.
Mission complete.
It is
Return to home.
returning to home, as you just heard. All right, let's take a look at this as it comes in. Okay, I'm gonna edit this mission really quick here. There, make it a really small map. Let's see what happens here. Still saying it's gonna take 4,000 images. All right, let's just see what happens. We're gonna get this thing up in the air with this new mission and see what it says for the amount of time that it's gonna take to complete the mission, and I may abort it. I'm gonna get this trash off the drone that just went up on it. Love how people can't pick up after themselves. We'll take that out of here. All right, start the mission.
Moving to start point.
Moving to start point. Should be pretty close to where we're at. So this is saying that it's going to take 84 minutes. That's clearly not going to work. So I'm gonna abort the mission. There we go. I'm gonna bring it back down and land it. Actually, no. Let's edit this mission in. Yes, here we go. So let's do with the Matrice 30 for the camera. We will do just the wide. We will take it down to 165 feet altitude, that's fine. And we will click go. Next, upload the flight mission. and let's start it.
Start point.
Okay, so this, again, this is gonna be another 11-minute mission. We've got down to 42% battery now. I'm only doing the wide angle this time. I'm skeptical if we'll have enough battery for this. We'll see what happens if we don't. Hopefully the drone's smart enough, come back and land. We will use the hot swap functionality of the batteries. I should have looked at the mission speed before starting this. I would have probably set it closer to 9, maybe 8 miles an hour. However, this will be a good test, given the fact that the first mapping mission was at 200 feet, approximately 10 miles an hour. And I said, what did it, 332 images, I believe it was. And now this one is at 165 feet altitude, 2 miles an hour, 58 images that it's going to capture. It should be noticeably better, I would assume. If for nothing else, the simple fact that the altitude is 35 feet lower than before, and the airspeed is much slower. So if there was any rolling shutter in the previous test mission, there shouldn't be now. We are at 32% battery on one of them and 31% battery on the other, both sitting at 21.0 volts. And we have estimated 7 minutes and 45 seconds left of the mission. The drone is moving so slow. But it is super stable, so stable.
Turn to home.
Oh, okay.
Task paused.
So the task is paused. It's returning to home. This thing's gonna come down and we're gonna test the hot swappability on these batteries. And then we'll resume the mission. Let's get this thing down here so you can watch it land. Okay, I'm gonna go swap these batteries out right now. And let's see what happens. Okay, first we're gonna take out this one.
Critical low battery warning.
Put that one in. Now we will swap the other one. Lock them in place. Back up. All right, and from here, I'm going to hit assume the play button again. Oh yeah, you hit the play button and then it brings up the thing to resume the mission. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit resume. Okay, next. Upload flight mission. Start.
Aircraft flies to break point.
All right, and now it's told me that the aircraft is gonna fly to the break point. And what we've got here, you can see it is going back right over here to where it paused. And it will resume. That was my first time messing with the hot swap functionality of the batteries. And it was really nice. That's neat. That's cool for sure. Somebody decided to, no unauthorized vehicles beyond this point. And they shot it up. So they broke it off Actually, I think it probably came off when they shot it, but I love the hoodlums. Love the fact that they respect authority. Got two rounds right there. One right through. Oh yeah, that's what did. Okay, so yeah, that's why it broke off. So they shot it here, went straight through. They shot it here, it actually hit the steel, and the impact broke it off. We're sitting at 1 minute left of the mission. 1 minute. So this video and these flights were mainly just intended to put the M30T through a couple test mapping missions. One was supposed to be using the M30T camera with the default settings that are in the Pilot 2 app under mapping. And then the other one was going to be using the custom camera settings that I had created. However, that resulted in thousands of images needing to be captured that would have taken an incredible amount of time. So I think perhaps I don't have one of the settings or some of the parameters for the custom camera set up correctly. The drone's coming back right now. It just completed its mapping mission. So the M30T isn't actually designed for mapping. If you wanted a mapping drone, there are much better options. The M300 with the LiDAR camera, incredible option, also incredibly more expensive. But the idea was to see how capable the M30T is when it comes to doing basic mapping missions. I believe it's going to be okay. It would definitely be good enough to scan an area, map an area, and then put the data into Locate or Pix4D React and attempt to find the object. Here we go, it's coming down. All right, let's take a look at the maps that we were able to create based on the images that we collected today. We have a thermal at 200 feet, we have a wide at 200 feet, and we have a wide at 165 feet. So let's go ahead and first take a look at the wide camera that was taken at 200 feet. And as you can see here, it's currently got an overlay of Google Maps. That's what all of this is right here. But this is the actual map that we created right here. It's not bad, actually. You can zoom in. It's got a decent amount of detail. You can see that there's a gate right here. You can see the trail. And coming in a little further, it starts to lose a little bit of its resolution. But again, not bad. So let's take a look at 3D model. So here is the 200-foot elevation wide camera of the Matrice 30T. This is the 3D model. It's not perfect, but it's also not bad. And you can see the depth. Pretty good. All right, let's go back. Let's take a look at the thermal. First, we'll just look at the map. Again, same thing here. We zoom in. Now, remember, the thermal camera is significantly lower resolution than the wide-angle camera, so there's going to be differences there. Let's get out of here and let's go take a look at this. .3D model. Again, not very bad. Not bad at all. As you scroll in, you start to lose a lot. But for a first initial attempt, and given the fact that there's not a whole lot going on this mountain right now, everything is dead. I don't think it's that bad. Okay, let's take a look at what we have for the 165 foot. So here's the map. We zoom in. It's significantly higher resolution. You can see there the gate is much clearer. You can make out these rocks perfectly clear. And let's go take a look at the 3D map of this one. It's a smaller area, but again, as you zoom out, or zoom in rather, it starts to lose some of its resolution. But given the fact that that the camera hasn't been tweaked, and I haven't really gone into the Open Drone Map software and changed any of the settings to really try and optimize this, is just all the default settings. It's not bad. So I'd say that's a successful first attempt at mapping with the Matrice 30T. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put the microphone payload on it, and then we're going to get it back up there and see how this works out, see how far we can go and still hear it all. Not microphone, loudspeaker. All right, so this is just going to slide on, just like so, super easy. We're gonna flip this port up, plug this in.
Megaphone start. Version 3.04.
Okay. All right. We're going to get this thing in the air, and we're going to test the capabilities of the, well, megaphone, apparently. We are recording now. Okay, so it's way up there over that ridge right now, 2,000 feet away. Let's test this. Testing audio broadcast from 2,000 feet from home position. That's incredible. I don't know if you heard that or not, but that thing is so far over there, you can barely see it. We're at 396, I think, 393 feet altitude, 1699 ASL, and the volume of the microphone was set to 100. And I don't know if this microphone, the DJI mic, caught that, but it was crystal clear. If I were in a position where I was panicking, maybe lost, hurt, whatever, and this drone, if it came within 2,000 feet, you could communicate to the person who is waiting for help that help is on the way, that they've been located. That's pretty impressive. All right, it's just hanging up over there. Let's bring it back. Okay. Here we go. That's incredible. All right, it's coming. It's a coming. All right, let's drop some altitude. Actually, you know what? While we're above, let's turn the IR camera on. Let's angle the gimbal downwards and see if we can see ourselves. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right, let's bring it down. Let's get the camera back up. And let's bring it home. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this little video testing out the M30T, its mapping capabilities, and then towards the tail end of the video, testing out the LP12 from a distance of 2,000 feet with an altitude of 393 feet, or 1699 ASL, and I could hear it crystal clear. So we'll see how it turns out in post from the DJI mic that I'm recording with right here. Hopefully that picked it up. But yeah, thanks for spending the time with me today, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.